Battle of Saratoga was conducted in September and October of 1777 and proved to be one of the most crucial battles of the American Revolution. The British began their invasion of the American colonies with a resounding conquer of Manhattan Island under the leadership of General Howe. Shortly after Howe's conquer of coastal New York, General Burgoyne developed a master plan to sever New England from the rest of the colonies. Burgoyne assumed that once the hotbed New England was separated, the rebellion would cool down and end. Burgoyne's plan involved a three-step assault, with himself coming down the Hudson from Quebec, while Howe moved north from New York City, and St. Leger's forces would circle around. Then all three would meet up at Albany, securing New England from the rest of the colonies. Burgoyne's plan seemed well developed, but problems soon appeared. Notably, General Howe was Burgoyne's superior officer. In a display of his authority, Howe went chasing Washington into Pennsylvania, abandoning Burgoyne's plan. St. Leger's forces, meanwhile, got incredibly bogged down in the Ontario Valley, meeting stiff resistance from American forts, and were deceived by Benedict Arnold, forcing his retreat back to Montreal. Burgoyne's advance down the Hudson met with initial success, conquering Fort Ticonderoga from colonial control. However, Burgoyne was soon frustrated by the amount of terrain he had to cover and the difficulty of the terrain he had to cover. This is what Burgoyne expected, and this is what he got. With supplies running low due to the terrain and other delays, Burgoyne sent over 900 troops into Vermont to forage for supplies, but these troops were found and defeated at the Battle of Bennington. Harassed and low on supplies, Burgoyne decided for one final push to Albany, where he could resupply for the winter. However, the Hudson River was his only supply route, and American forces were holding it at the Bemis Heights. Two different flanking attempts were made, and both were found and defeated thanks to the leadership of Benedict Arnold. The main part of his force broken, Burgoyne retreated to Saratoga on October 8th. Beaten and weary, Burgoyne called for a council of war with his officers, where he decided to open up negotiations for surrender with American General Horatio Gates. While the battle was instrumental in keeping the colonies united, it served a more important purpose overseas. The Battle of Saratoga helped to persuade the French that American victory was possible. In 1778, American diplomats, led by Benjamin Franklin, concluded a treaty of amity and commerce in which France recognized the United States and agreed to supply military assistance. Soon afterwards, Spain also joined the war on the American side as well. French and Spanish assistance would play a decisive part in the war's end. While the French fleet was at first interested in attacking British outposts in the West Indies rather than directly helping the Americans, the French and Spanish entry transformed the War of Independence into a global conflict. By putting the British on the defenses in places ranging from Gibraltar to the West Indies, it greatly complicated the British military prospects and diverted attention away from America. Thus, if not for the Battle of Saratoga and the resulting foreign involvement, America would have been alone against a world superpower and may never have gained independence.